we're diving deep into agency owner burnout, the causes and the solutions. And today I want to talk to you about a little tip that I fought for so long because I just sat there and said to myself, you know what? I don't have time to track my time. I've got so many things going on. I'm going to forget. I'm not going to be perfect at it. So I pushed it off and pushed it off and pushed it off until I kept reading and reading and reading more about time management strategies. And it kept coming up, track your time, track your time, track your time. Well, when you see that, everybody says the same thing, I kept looking and searching for books, for some other way. I finally submitted, actually, when COVID first hit, because I was like, well, I'm home, I'm in my home office, maybe this is easy enough. And what I found was really eye-opening. It really, really kind of opened my eyes. Now, I ignored it, of course, because that's what happens. I was like, this is COVID. This isn't normal times. I'm not flying across the country. So I started doing it every quarter. And as the world opened back up, I realized, great news, it really wasn't that much different. My mind was playing tricks on me. So I want to show you a quick time tracker that I like that I think may be helpful. So let me just go ahead and share my screen and we can get to it. So this is a time tracker I actually borrowed from an author. So it's a book called Run Like Clockwork with Mike Michalowicz. I'm actually a member of his mastermind group. So it's actually really interesting. You put the date, the activity, the start and finish time, and it calculates everything. And then we've got the work type here. So the work type is I'm doing something like I'm working with a client. I'm making decisions about the business. I'm delegating tasks to others. I'm designing processes or designing marketing strategies that are going to go off to others. I'm in distraction mode. I just spent 12 minutes on Facebook. And it's really eye-opening when you look at this. What I found was I was doing so much in the do phase, and that made me feel like I could never quite get to the delegation or the designing the processes of here you go. So we worked really hard last year on creating a whole knowledge base where people can go to get our processes, our information. It's searchable. And we're not perfect at it yet. And some of the processes sometimes you stumble upon are a little outdated, but it helped us give a time where all the information wasn't just in my head. And we went under it with the idea that the processes will need to be iterated on. So when we come across a speed bump, something's not in there, we change it and we fix it. We actually required everybody to write 2 processes a week during COVID so that way we could document everybody's jobs, and it made a huge difference. But what I learned was, I was getting so caught up in everything that my team didn't have all the tools that they needed to take stuff off my plate. Then we kind of go into this trim, trash, transfer, right? What's things that we're doing that we just shouldn't be? What are things that are just taking too much time that we need to optimize, maybe automate? What are things that need to be transferred to somebody else? And what's the things that we really treasure and need to be part of our jobs? I think if you're feeling burnout, this is a great place to start. Now, what I did was I would put a little timer for myself, generally every 2 or 3 hours, and just say, stop for a second, go back, update your tracker. Only took a couple minutes. It wasn't so overwhelming as at the end of the day trying to think about every little thing. But after a week, it became evident. And usually what I try to do is do this once a quarter as well, just to keep myself honest about where I am as our company grows and my role changes. It's really important. So I want to say this to you to say, hey, if you're feeling a little burned out, whatever you'd like to do, time tracking is a great way just to open your eyes. It's kind of like, to me, it was stepping on a scale when you're trying to lose weight. I have to embrace where I am to get to a better place. And the second I realized how many of the jobs I was doing that was below my pay grade, I started realizing we needed a few more people. We added 2 people to the team this year, but I wanted to be really intentional about documentation, everything before that. So if you're burned out, I really recommend it. As a confirmed, converted, I hate time tracking person, this might be one of the answers for you. And if you find a time management book that doesn't talk about time tracking, let me know. I'll pick it up tomorrow. As much as I've converted, I'd still like to say that there's got to be a magic wand out there, but I just simply haven't found it. Hope this helps, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hi, everyone. I just want to make sure that you have resources to be ridiculously amazing, which is why if you go to our website, agencyperformancepartners.com, and scroll down on the homepage, you'll see a link to take our ridiculously amazing insurance agent quiz. This goes over 12 questions over 6 topics to see how ridiculously amazing your agency is. At the end, you will get a scorecard to see the areas that you may need to focus on. You'll also be invited to take a very special course, which is how to clean up those 6 areas, all at a very discounted special price. So hopefully you'll take us up on this area of going and checking out our ridiculously amazing agent quiz at agencyperformancepartners.com.